Last episode, we saw the Jazzcats fall to our rivals in Missouri. Final score was 52-7, which is a small improvement from the previous meeting that ended in 53-2. We saw Ahmad already score 6 touchdowns on us. We were virtually unable to move the ball. And honestly, it's a miracle we even scored a touchdown. Now, our quarterbacks, both of them played in either quarter. Jordan Maltese outplayed Trey Woodford handily. It wasn't even close. So he ended up becoming our starting quarterback going forward. Now, the next game we took on Akron, we also lost, but a small improvement as we only let in 42 points. We saw Jazz Wishman catch a ball in the back of the end zone to really be our only score on the day, but other than that, our offense looked pretty bleak. We're hoping for some improvement going forward. We saw a little bit of success with Jordan Maltese using his legs to scramble, so that might be something we lean on more in the future. While all hope felt lost, we ended the episode with the news that 4-star running back Matt Abel has us listed as his #1 school. Honestly, he'd be an amazing player to add. Clearly would be an immediate starter. And would likely, be probably the best player if the second he joins us. So we'll be looking at this battle very closely. It looks like we're leading by a lot, but we may even jump in and scout some of his high school games. We're going to be watching 3 games today. Our first game is going to be against the Hilltoppers of Bowling Green, Kentucky. With that being said, welcome everybody to episode 2 of the St. Louis State Jazzcats Dynasty, where we are still in the hunt for our first ever win in FBS program history. The Hilltoppers are coming in undefeated on the year with 2 wins. They have 2 good corners that we'll have to face today in Ali and Williams. They also have a very good receiver in Matthew Henry that we'll try to slow down. This is going to also open our conference play this year in Conference USA. Now, starting quarterback Maverick McIvor had 3 touchdowns and 1 interceptions in both of his games this season, and he is averaging a little over 200 yards a game and has taken 0 sacks. So let's hope we can slow down this offense and score against this defense. There's going to be Antoine Riverman on the turn, and he's going to take it out to the 20-yard line as this Jazzcats offense comes out onto the field with Jordan Maltese leading the way. We saw him use his legs a lot last week, and hopefully this is something he can lean on again this week. 2nd and 10. He's going to take a drop back, and he has his receiver. That is Jazz Wishman dropping the ball to make it 3rd and 10. Shotgun look here. 1 receiver in the backfield. That is Cordell Houston in the backfield. But we're going to target. That was DeLorean Hampton on the target, and he did not catch the ball. So we're going to see this WKU offense come out with Matthew Henry, the wide receiver, as the highlight. You see the start icon under him. They're going to start in plus territory, about the 47-yard line after a short punt. McIvor takes the ball. He's going to pass it to his receiver. That is a catch and 5 yards. And we're going to hand it off here. He's going to run up the middle, and it is going to be a gain of 8. 1st down and 10. They're making quick progress with this offense. He's going to pass it to his tight end, who's going to be down just before the 30. 2nd and 6 after a gain of 4. That's going to be a little bit of screen option there, and he's going to catch the ball and take it to about the 26-yard line. Now that makes it 3rd and 2. Going to be another draw kind of option screen play, and that time it was to Matthew Henry, who picks up the 1st down. Now it is finally going to be a handoff, but we're going to take them down in the backfield. George Hart III gets wrapped up behind the plate. Shotgun look, he had time to throw, and it is broken up by the Jazzcats defenders. 3rd and 13. Running back in motion. Back drops back, he has time. McIvor throws. It's going to be caught by Matthew Henry inside the 20-yard line, but it's still 4th and 3, so that's going to be a missed field goal by Western Kentucky. So it is still all tied up as the Jazzcats take over. It is 2nd and 10 as Jordan Maltese takes the ball himself, and that is going to be a gain of 9. Jazz Wishman in motion now. There's going to be an option, a handoff to Cordell Houston, who gained some yards, but it's still going to be 4th and 3, and Jazzcats are going to forfeit the ball. That is returnable. They're going to take it up the sideline, and it's going to be a small gain, setting them up at about the 48, maybe 46. That's going to be a quick screen pass to Matthew Henry, who takes it past the 50-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd and 2. Running back in motion. MacGyver's still in shotgun here. They're going to throw it. That is George Hart III, who takes it to the 40-yard line. They are now in plus territory with a fresh set of downs. It's going to be a screen pass here, and he's going to try to shed a tackle and get it down to the 35. They're running a lot of shotgun here, pretty heavy. It's going to be another handoff as Hart is off the field. Similar formation here. One running back, shotgun. He's going to dump it off to his tight end, who is not going to catch it. 2nd and 10. Deep drop back here. It's going to be screen pass. Hart is back into the game, and he's going to take it all the way down, nearing the sticks, and then it's going to be 3rd and inches. MacGyver's going to take it the rest of the way himself for the first down. 1st and 17 after a sack. That's going to be handoff to George Hart, and it is going to be a gain of nothing. 2nd and 17. He's going to strike down the seam, and that is a touchdown. Hilltoppers. Last week, that was something we excelled at, was defending the seams. Right there, WKU exploits us for their first touchdown on the day. Now we see Jordan Maltese here backing up. He has a little bit of time in here. He's going to take it himself, and that's going to be a first down, ending the first quarter. WKU Hilltoppers leading 7-0 here as the Jazzcats not passing the ball well, but finding some success with a quarterback run. That's going to be a play action pass, and it's going to be a target out to the left side of the field. Another drop back here for Maltese. He's going to take the ball himself. He sees a lot of room in front of him. He's going to break into... He fumbles it, and it is returned by the Hilltoppers. That was about to be a gain of about 45 before Maltese fumbled it. And what was about to be a great play turns into a disaster. We're going to have it almost in the red zone. And now the Hilltoppers get the ball within the side of the 10. And with that handoff, they're going to gain 3. Ball at about the 11. It's going to be a screen pass. And that is a gain of about 4 for Matthew Henry. 3rd and 4 now. Another Matthew Henry bullet pass. And that is going to be first down for him. We're doing a poor job of defending him at the moment. And he's going to be targeted one more time down the sideline, but that time it is broken up. 2nd and 10. We see another quick screen pass there. They're getting the ball out pretty quick, and we're unable, Jazzcats are unable to get any pressure as running back is targeted there for the first down. That's going to be an option run to MacGyver, and he's going to take it all the way to the 41-yard line. It's going to be another screen here, and that is going to be a first down with about 5.5 left. Now 5 left in the second quarter. 2nd and 10. Another screen pass to the tight end, and he's going to take it in plus territory. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Another screen pass. They're relying on a lot of screens and options here. That's going to be a gain of 3 to get him to the 40-yard line. 2nd and 7. They're going to hand it off this time, and it is going to be a gain of nothing as Antoine Henri Oxford gets injured on the play for the Jazzcats. Now, MacGyver had time here. He's going to target his wide receiver, and that is going to be a touchdown. Again, Hilltoppers. The ball was pretty much placed in the exact same spot as the previous touchdown, as Big Red cheers. I think his name's Big Red. I'm not really sure what his name is. You see the Jazzcats offense come back onto the field, and it's going to be a flag on the play while Maltese runs it in, and he's going to fumble it again. Back-to-back plays, Jordan Maltese fumbles the ball, and the Hilltoppers take over with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. MacGyver's going to take it himself this time and show Jordan Maltese how to slide and protect the football. They're letting the clock run down a bit. 2nd and 1 is going to be another screen pass, and it's going to be set up well, and they're going to get the first down. There's going to be a handoff, to George Hart for a gain of 2. And MacGyver now targets Matthew Henry, and he's going to get the first down. with Michael Osborne Davis now injured for the Jazzcats. 2 minutes left after the warning. That is going to be a option RPO, and it's going to be broken up. You're seeing a little bit of wear and tear from the Jazzcats, so making some quick substitutions as WKU strikes in the end zone again. 3 Jazzcats defenders in the area, but we could not do anything. Now we have an empty formation here, and it's going to be a quick drop off to Langley, who's going to get the first down. 31 seconds left in the half. Let's see if the Jazzcats can do anything here. Deep drop back from Maltese. He surveys the field, and he's just going to take it himself and finally slide for a gain of 7. After the timeout, 23 seconds left, we got a receiver in motion. 3rd and 3. Maltese takes the drop back. He's looking deep. And he targets. He gets hit as he throws, and it's intercepted. Back to back to back turnovers from Jordan Maltese. And we are looking terrible as WKU just takes the soft spot in the zone for first down. Now they have 11 seconds left in the half, and they're in scoring range. That's going to be an out route by Matthew Henry, and he's going to take it to about the 25 as WKU kick one more time. This time they make it, and it's going to be 24-0 at the halftime. We're going to jump later into the 3rd quarter, about halfway through, and we're just going to see Jordan Maltese get sacked here, 2nd and 18. We're going to jump around a little bit quicker than normal for the rest of this game as Jordan Maltese throws that in the middle and it gets broken up. Just to speed things up a little bit, I don't think we need to take a million years on every game that we lose by a lot. Maltese takes a drop back. He's going to target the middle of the field again, and it is broken up one more time, 4th and 18. We're going to punt the ball here, and we're going to move down about 2 more minutes as we see WKU driving down the field, and they're going to take it inside the red zone. 3rd and 9 after a loss of 2. We're going to see a pass to Matthew Henry, and he's going to accelerate past Omarion Michaels for the touchdown. It is now 38-0 WKU as they get the ball again later in the 4th quarter. We see another screen pass here, and I'm surprised they haven't put in their backups yet as their running back takes it inside the 10. About 2 minutes and 50 seconds left here as the running back gets the ball again, and that is going to be a touchdown for the Hilltoppers once again. Little under 3 minutes left here for St. Louis State to do anything with the ball. We're going to set up a screen here to Cordell Houston, but he's not going to do anything. 2nd and 15 after the loss of 5 yards. We see Maltese scanning the field, and he's going to try to go through the middle. We have not seen really any success passing the ball in the middle of the field today. Maltese is going to try to scramble here, extend the play, and he does a good job getting lateral and, having enough time for the pass, but he couldn't find anyone down the field as WKU and George Hart score once again. We're going to lose 52-0 against Western Kentucky Hilltoppers somehow. Our worst game. And McIver, he scores 5 touchdowns, which brings his total to 11 on the year. As we see here, Jordan Maltese had a pretty bad game, fumbling twice, throwing 1 interception, and we couldn't really do anything on offense. Let's look at our defense here. We had our secondary again leading in tackles, which is never a good sign, and we did nothing in the turnover category. Luis Fonseca, he tried 1 field goal and he missed it. So we're going to move on to the second game here. Well, actually, first let's head over to recruiting. We're going to schedule Matt Abell's visit here. He's going to come in for proximity to home. I didn't want to schedule him on a game that we're probably going to lose. So we just scheduled him for a bye week. And those are the rest of the battles we're in. We're pretty much leading in everyone except Orleans Tunyon, which we haven't been able to put a lot of resources on him. Here is the results from last week's Conference USA games. Obviously, we lost to Western Kentucky. You're going to see Jack State winning, Delaware beating Kennesaw, and SMU destroying our rivals in Missouri. Here's the conference standings. We are currently above Missouri State and Kennesaw State, and we're somehow Maybe they have a conference loss. Well, we do too, so I'm not really sure. But we see Cam Cook taking the offensive CSU player of the week. And we're going to look at the Heisman voting here. We see Worcester, he's going to be for Texas, and he's going to be leading. Let's take a look at Texas here because they're also ranked #1 in the top 25. And they just faced our next opponent, UTEP, and beat them 42-28. UTEP has Malachi Nelson at quarterback, and he has, a good throw power, decent accuracy, so he's going to be someone we're really going to have to look forward to. We'll also see Jaden Smith, who won Conference Offensive Player of the Week a few weeks ago, and a few other players like Sean Wilson is a very good running back. Cam Thomas is a very good wide receiver, so we're going to be facing them here in Game 2. We're going to see Lewis Fonseca take the kickoff here. And it is not going to be returned. Let's take a look at this Miners offense here as we have Hassan Wilson and Xavier Smith is the strong safety on the opposite side of the field. Malachi Nelson's going to take the snap and pistol. And it's going to be a deep corner route to get him all the way to about the 50-yard line. Now, that's going to be a play action pass. Malachi Nelson surveys the field, and it's going to be deep post. I guess a deep corner, deep post route. It's going to get him within the 20. We already can see their passing attack is dicing up our defense as they get a pass to Cam Thomas there to put them within 5. Shotgun look here. They hand it off to Hassan Wilson, and then it's going to be a touchdown. UTEP, we are looking about as bad as we ever have as Jordan Maltese, with a terrible game last week, gets the start again here. We're still looking at, just running back, pretty much like scat protection as we send the running back out. We're still not protecting Maltese heavy as he slides there and scrambles. Here we see 12 personnel, and we are going to have a play action pass, and he's going to flip it to DeLorean Hampton for the first down. Pretty creative play, take the linebacker, make him choose between the quarterback and tight end. That's going to be first down there, but we see Maltese not be able to escape the next play and get sacked. 3rd and 19, see if we can salvage any of this. Maltese, he has time, surveys the field, and he's going to chuck it up into triple coverage. It is intercepted again. 2 interceptions in 2 weeks. That is Cody Lowe with the interception. He had 1 interception coming into this game as well. Now we see the offense come back onto the field, and that is going to be Cam Thomas with the reception. One thing about Cam Thomas is on the actual UTEP roster, he's listed as what's called a minor back. Minor as in the UTEP Miners. So that is interesting. He's not labeled as a wide receiver on their official roster in real life, but I thought I'd point that out. Also, a lot of their safeties are labeled as bandits and not safeties, so it's pretty cool to see some real terminology there as we break up that pass to the front pylon. 3rd and 6 for UTEP. They're going to get pressure. We finally get pressure into the face of Malachi Nelson. We're going to force a field goal. (10-0) game here, 1st and 10. About 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first quarter. As we see Maltese scramble once again. We're going to set up the screen here. That is going to be for Antoine Riverman with the reception. He stays in as we do a play action pass, and that is caught for the first down. 1st and 10. We're going to chuck it deep. That's going to be caught by Amon Belfast again. That's the 2nd time we've hit him on a deep route this year. He catches it this time. It pays off. He's going to salute to the non-existent crowd back there. And it is a 10-7 game after the field goal attempt. We finally get, enough protection for Maltese. And we get Amen just beating the corner on the out route. On the 9 route for the touchdown. 1 minute left in the first quarter here, 2nd and 11. Malachi Nelson surveys the field. He's going to pass it out. And that is going to be caught by Judah Ezinwa. 3rd and 2. Now they're going to hand it off to Hassan Wilson, and that's going to be a first down. 10 yards on the day with 4 carries for him. Now they're going to pass it. That's going to be broken. It breaks a tackle. Kenny Odom just pretty much caught the ball on top of the entire Jazzcats defense. And we're definitely going to be doing tackle drills next practice. 9 seconds left in the first quarter. And that's another interception by Jordan Maltese. Udoka Eziani, the bandit on the play, he gets an interception. The Miners are rolling. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. It is 17-7. Jordan Maltese, 71% completion, but with 2 interceptions. He is not playing like a starting quarterback. First play of the second quarter here, we get a sack. That is Jacques Lafleur. That makes it 3rd and 16. Nelson has time. He steps up, passes it to the front pylon again, and that is the second breakup we got at that part of the field. We force another field goal. We come out again in 11 personnel. Maltese has some time. He's going to escape, extend with his legs, get the first down, and that is going to be out at the 40. He has more rushing yards than passing yards today, even after that big throw. Now we're going to pass in the middle of the field, and that is caught by Gorgeous Rhodes. About 7.5 left. Maltese has time. He's going to throw deep, and it is broken up, but there is a flag on the play, and it is going to be defensive pass interference. First and 10 now in plus territory. 7.5 left in the first half. And Maltese is just going to take it and slide for the first down. That is going to be an out route caught. And that is going to be enough for the first down. Finally in the red zone here. Maltese doesn't have time. He throws it. And I think he just chucked that kind of behind his helmet. That is a more creative way to get the ball out. We see pressure coming into Maltese's pocket. He's not able to find an open receiver, so they are going to force a field goal, and Fonseca sneaks it in. We're going to see another screen here. That is going to be a gain. Well, at least up to the 45-yard line. Play action pass here. He's going to hit the middle of the field. That is Ezinwa. 208 yards on the day for Malachi Nelson. As another play action pass, they're going to hit Ezinwa again, and that's going to get within the 20-yard line. Into the deep red zone now for UTEP. Another play action pass as they've leaned on that heavily. Malachi Nelson finds time. He's going to find his receiver. That is Cam Thomas down to the 1-yard line. Another play action option, and that is going to be Henri Oxford. He's going to take that. And we see another touchdown by UTEP on the RPO. And he just saluted like Amen Belfast there. First and 10, 3 minutes left. And that is going to be a gain of about 12 for Jordan Maltese. Got an out route targeted there for another first down. 2 minutes left. Now it's going to be a 2-minute drive. As we see Maltese take the ball again, he's going to try to extend to the outside, but he gets taken down. A true 2-minute drive now. We see Maltese drop back, escape, and he's going to get enough, get past, and he's going to get it to about the 27. We see how fast he can accelerate. One wonders if he would be a better running back. Got a player in motion here. It's going to be a pass. That is DeLorean Thompson, and he's going to get it all the way down to the 2-yard line. We see Maltese using his legs to even draw in defenders. Now Maltese tries to extend. He gets sacked. Now it is 2nd and goal. He's not going to get the ball out there. Lucky that wasn't intercepted. Minute and a half left in the second quarter. Maltese drops back. He's going to try to throw the zig route, and that is incomplete. Player in motion now. 4th down. We have time. He's going to throw the screen of a slant, and it's intercepted again. He might take this the whole way. Jazz Wishman making up speed, looking like DK Metcalf, and he takes him down at the 20. Jazz Wishman saving, just absolutely saving a pick 6 there. As you see, Jazz Wishman just almost dang near the DK Metcalf tackle against the Cardinals. Runs all the way from the end zone to stop that from being a touchdown. We see Hassan Wilson catch it there for a 9-yard gain. Now Malachi Nelson is going to take the drop back. He has time, and he finds a soft spot in the end zone. It's going to be Cam Thomas for the touchdown. And that is going to take us to halftime. Kenny Odom, 4 targets, 3 catches, and that big touchdown where he basically broke like 17 tackles. It's going to be the start of the second half. Maltese has had a pretty terrible last 6 quarters as he throws to DeLorean Hampton for the first down. We're going to continue passing. It's going to be another hour out. It's contested, but it is caught. Gorgeous Rhodes on the catch. He is 6'4", so he's going to catch some of those as we find DeLorean Hampton again in the middle of the field. He is quickly becoming our best tight end. Now Maltese is going to take it with his legs this time, and he has a bunch of teal in front of him. I would say green, but it is teal turf here in St. Louis. Maltese has the ball again. He's going to try another contesting catch, and it is caught within 5 yards of the end zone. We see a flag on this play. We'll see what it is after, but Maltese flips it, and it is caught. Touchdown, Jazzcats to Gorgeous Rhodes. And we see that the penalty is pass interference. We see here, he just gets bumped at the end. I may have been offsides, but that is a perfect catch by Gorgeous Rhodes. We're going to try the 2-point here. Maltese extends. He finds the back of the end zone, and it is caught. 2-point good. That is to Langley. It is now 34-18. Can St. Louis come back here in the second half? We've looked better on offense. Took about 3 minutes, and we sack him. It's recovered by St. Louis. 18-34. And we have the ball in the red zone again. And that is Henri Oxford on the strip sack. At the 18-yard line now, we're going to try the out route, and it's going to be contested and not caught. Mesh concept here. Maltese drops back. He's going to try, and it is nearly picked off. That was a dangerous throw here. Couldn't get anything going, so we're going to settle for the kick. Fonseca connects again. A little under 7 minutes left here in the third quarter. It's going to be a screen again by UTEP. It's going to be a run here to Hassan Wilson, and he's going to get nothing. 3rd and 6 for the Miners. To Malachi Nelson. He targets his receiver deep, and it is caught. That was Cam Thomas on the catch. We see Jaden Smith in motion there. He's been kind of quiet, but he gets targeted this time, and it is broken up. We're going to see another target here, and that is going to be Kenny Odom on the catch. 3rd and 9. Nelson targets. He finds his receiver, and it is caught. Right as we're saying Jaden Smith was being quiet today, he catches the touchdown to make it 41-21. We set up a screen there, but we target a receiver anyways. We're going to see Gorgeous Rhodes in motion here. And we are lucky that pass was not intercepted. It is thrown straight to a defender. We get nothing going again on offense. Our first drive was exciting in the second half, but we have done nothing since then. They send a receiver in motion. It is a play action, and they find Ezinwa again for the first down. He's had a productive day today. It's going to be a handoff. That is Wilson with a stiff arm. He breaks the tackle and down to the 30-yard line. It is 2nd and 5 after the hard-nosed run. They run a play action this time. Nelson has time. He finds it, and he finds a hole to extend his legs, and he takes it all the way within the 5. As Samuel Osborne Davis is injured again. That is an amazing run by Malachi Nelson, and he's going to hand it off to Wilson, who gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal is going to be handoff again. We get him behind the line of scrimmage again. Force him to throw it here on 3rd down, and maybe we should have tried to keep him from throwing it as Cam Thomas gets another touchdown. Under 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. 48-21 still. We're going to target a receiver down near the front pylon, but it is not caught. Maltese's time. He fires deep. And Gorgeous Rhodes catches it for the touchdown. Let's see if he got his feet inside the end zone here. It looks like he does. That might be the best catch of the catch of the year. It is indeed a touchdown. 48-28. 3.5 left. UTEP handed off to Wilson. He's going to get the first down and find a lane as Henri Oxnard is injured. We've seen some injuries on this defense today. It's an option run to Malachi Nelson. He's going to get a gain of 4. Pistol look now. Hand off to Wilson. He finds a lane. He spins someone out. He jukes someone out. And I've lost my headset. I was freaking out so much. That is going to be a RPO to Ezinwa. It's going to be a loss of 1. 2 minutes left. 2-minute warning hit. Wilson gets the ball again, and he shows a little bit of elusiveness to get to 3rd and 1. And that is going to be the last play we see of this game as the Jazzcats fall to the UTEP Miners 48-28. Although our offense did look a lot better today, putting up 28 points. So I could say that this may be a small win. Let's take a look at the stats here. As you can see, they pretty much led in everything total offense, but we did have more plays. We went 0 for 2 on 4th down conversions. Not a good day for us. Ruben Maltese, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He's definitely going to have to clean that up if he still wants to continue being the quarterback for this offense. Rushing, we saw Jordan Maltese have 96 yards, 125 yards receiving from Ahmed Belfast, and 2 touchdowns for Gorgeous Rhodes today with receiving. Blocking, we saw Chris Mendinghall and Blake Koski both let sacks in, as long as Prince Kingsley. Ever since we made that switch at left guard, Lyle McIntosh has not let in a lot of sacks, which has been good to see. Our secondary again leads in tackles, as we see Valentine's Day and Nate Graham have a few pass deflections. And we saw Luis Fonseca with a pretty decent day kicking him. That is going to take us to the end of this episode, as we're going to look into a little bit of recruiting here. Terrence Berryman, he looks like he's going to be out of range with Toledo. Mike Buchanan is someone we're also looking at, as well as Willie Cherry, but they both have deal breakers, so we'll have to see there. Orleans Tunyon, he goes to Hawaii. Cam Thomas, who we just faced, wins Offensive Conference USA Player of the Week. Here's the conference standings. We fall to the bottom. UTEP and Western Kentucky, both teams we faced, are up top, and our rivals Missouri State and our fellow kind of FBS newbie Kennesaw State is down at the bottom with us as well. Now, I showed you some of the MAC rankings there as we face the Western Michigan Broncos next episode, along with a few other games. And here's kind of how we looked to end the year. So thank you everybody for watching, and I hope to see you next time.